Great rising, beautiful beings. Great rising, beautiful beings. There's a lot going on. Let me tell you something. Your job is to be stuck in an illusion of working, paying bills. That's what you're supposed to be stuck in. You ain't supposed to have time to think. Now, we're all part of some type of experiment, but I'm going to tell you something clearly. These people will try to force you to be a part of something that ain't even real. They take fragments of your imagination and warp it. Okay? I remember when this girl emailed me, she said, "You right, you right, you right. It's happening to people." But the girl, she sent me the video. I need to check my emails. This had to be at least 4 years ago. She said, other people are going through what you're going through. See, I had got off YouTube for a minute. See, they not worried about the murderer. They not worried about the empty vessels, like the people in the hood that's killing up our youth. They're not worried about the sex trafficking. They're not worried about the organ harvesting. They're using AI and cell phones to read your frequency. You could have sold weed. You could have got in a fight. You could have did shit that you've learned your lesson from that you would have never did in today's age. And what they're doing is, if you've had any imagination, any vision, any nostalgia, any old memory, they're using the cell phone frequency and the cell phone tower frequency to take those fragments and plug them into a supercomputer until they feel like they've got the whole image or whole whatever you did as a child. You could have stole cookies out of the cookie jar. So what they're doing is, they're not worried about the mass murderers. They're not worried about us being poisoned during the pandemic. They're not worried about none of that. They're only worried about people. They experiment on people who still can think and operate with all these issues out here in the world. That's who they focus on. They only focus on people who, even though they've gone through that's supposed to be dead right now, or damn near on their deathbed, but they're not. So you're the type of DNA they want. You're the type of frequency they want. They want to know who the fuck you are. And they'll try to torment you with bullshit that probably don't even exist. They'll try to make you out to be something that you're not. They want you to believe it. They want you to believe things about yourself that probably ain't even true. They want you to replay something to the point where you think that you was actually there. They do so much regression on your psyche to the point that they're trying to put these puzzles together. And if they can't put the puzzles together fast enough, then they're working like 4 or 5 projects on you at the same time. Ain't no such thing as rebuking this shit. We have the nanoparticles in us. So when they want to keep sending something to your psyche and try to pretend like it's your own thoughts, it's very intrusive. Okay? But let me tell you something about this. So these motherfuckers say I slept with my phone off. But there's a certain time I wake up every day. I wake up about 3 o'clock every morning. So they ran down a whole bunch of shit that they was going to do. And then they mentioned Alcatraz. And so my phone was off. My phone was off. Both of my phones were off. And I was like, I was sleeping so good. But these motherfuckers know how to fuck with somebody. And they was letting me know just because your phone off don't mean that we can't send you audio, or we can't send you. It wasn't a dream. It wasn't a dream at all. This is them taking your conscious. Soon as your astral body leave off, or your conscious leave off, they're not even taking your conscious. What they're doing is they take your conscious sometime, but what they're doing is they're trying to find a way to put a whole storyline on you. I don't care if they got to make you out to be a terrorist. I don't care if they got to just straight say, fuck it. We're tired of waiting. We're just going to... We need her. We need her. We don't have to come up with a storyline. We need her. We need her in our possession. But first, you got to know who the fuck you are. Because if you're to the point that you could be in their possession, you might as well say your soul already gone. If they could just roll up and pin some shit on you, you ain't protected no more. Meaning your soul and everything done jump ship. Because they got to fight you in the spiritual realm before they fight you in the physical realm. Okay? So when motherfuckers just want to put shit on you, make a mockery of you, yeah, you might as well say it's fair game. Your soul gone. It's already been a war in another realm. Your soul done went somewhere else. Your soul done disconnected. So it's fair game after that. But these motherfuckers gonna tell me Alcatraz. But Alcatraz is fucking gone. And they know I'm gonna put it in the video. So they're gonna say, oh, she got the message. Oh, but you know I got the motherfucking message. I've been using my motherfucking cerebral cortex and the medulla oblongata for a long, long motherfucking time. You know I got the motherfucking message. So there got to be something still going on in Alcatraz, just like Guantanamo Bay. And see, they so sick in the head. That time, I had a dream about Guantanamo Bay where the officer was actually raping. The officer was actually raping a patient. And you can see his name tag. He had on a military outfit. And I said, Guantanamo Bay, y'all tripping. So I would say within 2 or 3 days, they hurried up and had this discovery. You know how they do shit like, let's go check out Kenya. Let's go check out let's go check out this. I'm not saying it was the Discovery Channel. I'm just saying the energy behind it was like mysterious traveler guide. Let's go check it out. So after I mentioned Guantanamo Bay, I'm sorry, y'all, that air in my nose. But after I mentioned Guantanamo Bay, and what was going on. So basically, let me tell you exactly what's going on. Guantanamo Bay had, see, that's the fucked up part, because the officer had on a military outfit with his name on his suit or a badge, right? And my conscience was inside this woman's body. Okay. So it's just hilarious. About 2 or 3 days after that, they turn up. On this YouTube channel, talk about, let's go see Guantanamo Bay. It hasn't been active in so many years. This is where they used to do this. This is where they used to do that. No, that's what they letting y'all know. That place is a full fucking, that motherfucking place is fully active. Okay? Not only that, the same night I had the dream, the next day they had headlines all over in Florida saying Guantanamo Bay military aircraft missed the runway and landed in the river. And it did. Look it up. Guantanamo Bay airplane missed the fucking runway and went into, and I said, that's what y'all get for fucking with folks. So this time, I gotta blow my nose. This time the air on. This time they told me Alcatraz. So what the fuck going on in Alcatraz? To the point, I'm involved. Okay. Do you know what type of people you lock up in Alcatraz? So what the fuck y'all doing out there now? In fucking California. Because it's a theme park now. Alcatraz is a touring guide right now. So, this one I'm going to say. Hold on one second. Okay. Either it's somebody that used to be out there that want me to look up a specific prior or something, or that's what they blackmailing me next, Alcatraz. And Alcatraz is something like for supernatural people, supernatural beings, people who can't be broke. Alcatraz is a place, even though it's a museum now, let me explain something to you. Alcatraz is a place where they take you and either brainwash you or try to get everything out of your brain. So basically, when you tell me you want me to go somewhere like Alcatraz, you're basically telling me I'm a villain. I'm a villain that you can't control, and you want to brainwash me. Now, anybody else would have been like, well, that could have been a spirit talking to you. That could have been this. You picked a fine place to talk to me. No. That was direct voice to skull. That was direct voice to skull. Voice to skull. And then they was telling me how they wanted to take me down. Yeah. What they was gonna pin on me and everything. And I said, when you do, we both gonna be in the same motherfucking bucket. And I said, this the catch. The whole planet got poisoned for the pandemic. They often kill so many people. So when you see a system trying to attack your psyche, that just show everything rigged. And the stronger you are, And the stronger you become, because you see it. Some people are rewritable. Some people DNA is rewritable. Some people DNA ain't rewritable. And see, this the thing. That rewritable come with more than you think. You got to believe it. You got to know it. That's the only way they win. That's why it's so much repetition. That's why what they're using has so much repetition. What they're using has so much repetition in it. They don't stop. They want you to go omit yourself to like a hospital, crazy place. They want you to go mention to a shrink or a therapist what you're receiving. They want to put it on record. They want to know that their technology is working. They want to know that you have enough nanoparticles in your brain and body assimilated and that their plan has worked. See, all I had to do is mention Alcatraz. I ain't got to mention how they threaten me, how they, what they say and what they do. I'm not the only one going through this shit. If you're going through this shit, you're a very powerful person. And they've been trying to break you ever since smartphones started. Before smartphones, they had no way of see, they had the nanoparticles out there, but they didn't have the technology to fuck with you on a global level. Now they're able to fuck with you on a global level because everybody got cell phone towers now. Billy Bob and them and them minions and shit that could kill somebody and go to sleep at night. Oh, they not worried about them. See, they could take them off the street and put them back on the street whenever they want to. Just the same way they got prisoners that they take off the street and put back on the street when they want to. You get what I'm saying? That are agents. But when that person mentioned Alcatraz, I said, oh yeah, I must be part of a big study group. Not even a big study group because there ain't many like me. But I must be part of a major study group. Let me rephrase that. A major study group. And you know, me into tarot, me into Wicca, me into voodoo, me into witchcraft, you would think, ooh, who that trying to talk to me from Alcatraz? Nah. Who that you want me to look up they priors? Nah. What they're doing is letting me know it don't matter if you turn your cell phone off. We can send messages to your psyche. That's what they're telling me. So when they show, when you watching tarot reads and all the advertisement is therapy. That's all they do. You probably don't need tarot readings. You probably need a therapist. You probably don't need this. You probably need to go omit yourself about this or this or this or this. And then hive mind, these robotic ass neurological motherfuckers, they all gamed up too. Spirit just said ploy. They all gamed up too. You could be sitting somewhere around a bunch of hive mind, and all of a sudden it'll be like this inside joke. See, they know your traumas, they know your nightmares, they will create trauma on you. They know what you think about the most. They know your worries. They know your pains. They know what make you anxious. They know trigger words. They have created trigger words for you. If you think this Psyops ain't real, you should have left a long time ago. The thing about it is, they're trying to figure out why I haven't broke. So they're like saying if they could break me, they could break millions more that are genetically like me. What makes you not a threat to these people? Quit showing things like herbs, cleansers. You don't think they know what the fuck they did to me during the pandemic? They're trying to figure out how the fuck I'm still here. You don't think they know what the fuck my life has been like since a teenager? Oh yeah, they trying to figure out, like, who the fuck is this bitch? Bionic Bunny? Who the fuck is this bitch? Who the fuck she thinks she is? I'm telling you, in the last 10 years, they have blowed way over 20 million. Man, it might be at 100 million now. The classes and the bullshit that they have me in. The spaceships. The training centers. I told y'all before smartphones even came out, I used to have dreams that I was on an island practicing training. I used to wear all black, and I would have to jump over cars, roll over cars, do tactical shit. They've been having me do tactical shit for a very long time. And I think that's why my soul said, you know what? We ain't gonna make you this strong person that's fit. We're gonna slow your ass down and make you fat. Because that tactical shit ain't no joke. When I was a little girl, I didn't even know what a Navy SEAL was. I was saying that I wanted to be a Navy SEAL. When I went to California and me and this girl had went to the beach, I think I uploaded pictures of her too. But when I was at the beach, she kept saying, you a sea lion. You a sea lion. Spirit said, you a sea lion. And you know, I ain't trying to brag or be braggadocious. But it's a person right now trying to get me in that water. And I'm like, dude, I'm not going with you out there in that water. Even though I know I'm a survivor, I swam with gators. I told y'all they had Dr. Sabi in a fucking vault. Like, he was in this tower. You know, like a Cinderella tower. And it was water and it was alligators. And I was swimming with the alligators. And I said, Dr. Sabi, why they got you locked up? Why they got you on this bed surrounded by alligators and water? I was in the water with the alligators. I got out the water with the alligators and sat on the bed, and me and him started talking. But see, this the kids. They trying to figure out shit about you. So they expected when I went to Dr. Sabi, I was going to be talking about a million problems. How you fix this, Dr. Sabi? How you fix this? How you fix this? And they like, that bitch didn't ask no questions to help herself. I don't. I ain't asked no question of myself. Just like they send a celebrity, they want you to sleep with a celebrity, right? Because you don't want to sleep with a celebrity, they start talking shit to you. I mean, mad shit. Ooh, you talking about dogging you out. They start talking mad shit. Yep. Like if you're not into them and you're not trying to be sexual with them, they'll just start dragging you. Yeah, voice to skull dragging. Like why I gotta be into that person? I could care less about a motherfucking celebrity. If they come across my mind or dreams, or they come across my social media page, they put them there through the algorithms. And the algorithms is tied to your visions and dreams too. It ain't just it ain't, and they don't even know they there. They don't know that they image being pimped like that. I'm gonna give you another example. I'm gonna give you a major example. We're gonna use Beyonce. I barely use her name, but let's use it. Let's use the Beehive. I don't give a fuck about these people. Let me hip you something. Whenever people need views, statistics, uh, need people searching them, they need people searching them. This what they do. Tell me why 3 people I talked to on the phone said, I dreamed of Beyonce. Do you know now they got a marketing strategy? Now, one girl said, I dreamed of Beyonce, but I don't know why, because I don't fuck with that bitch. She was like, it feel like they try to force her down your throat. Yeah, bitch, they all in your dreams with that shit. So this the thing. In one day, like a mockingbird effect, 3 people said, I dreamed of Beyonce. Do you know what that is? They done got to the point they can't get to you in your wake life, so now they get to you in your sleep, in your subconscious, in your medulla oblongata, in your third eye, your pineal gland. That's where they're targeting you. Imagine how many people say they dreamed of Beyonce and went to go bought her tickets, went to her social media to look her up, see what she doing. Now they think they her friend. The only time I ever had a dream with Beyonce was when Cardi B and Beyonce was on a dragon and they couldn't reach me. It was just like it was just like avatars. I was on the highest dragon and they was behind me. And that's when I said they don't take their souls. They be on the MK Ultra. They don't take their souls. Because when they send them somewhere to try to reach you, I said there was no way she could have got this high up. They were lower than me and they were behind me. But they were trying to reach me. And I'll never forget it. I said, for her to be in a spiritual dream like this while I'm riding the dragon, they haven't taken their souls. They probably sold their soul, but they still, if they need them to go do shit, that's when, if they need them to go do stuff, they still got their soul and spirit intact to go do it. But they still keep them on a level of MK Ultra and under demonic angelic possession, if that makes sense. So The only time they ever showed up in my dream was when they was trying to spy on my ascension. And I said, wait, the fuck you here for? Because I looked back on the dragon. It was daylight. The sun was out. But I was riding the fucking dragon like Avatar. And here these hoes behind me. But they couldn't reach me though. They spiritually not on that level. I told you I've helped these people build constructs. One time they had these niggas. They weren't chasing me. They weren't trying to harm me. They weren't trying to lock me up or nothing. But I was kind of running from them. I was trying to distance myself. So they had me building a new construct. The first thing they said was when I jumped up in the tree, how the fuck she do that? The niggas is down on the ground saying, how the fuck she do that? We can't jump. See, if this body wasn't limited, I'm able to move. I'm able to move, but I could train myself to make this body function. I can activate my dormant DNA. I'm just over this planet. I'm over it. It seemed like every time, just like I was wearing my headdress and my Indian shit, the first thing they did was put the lie on me, said that I hit somebody's car and ran. They threw it out of court. But this is what I'm trying to tell you. Just from me wearing an Indian headdress and posting my pictures on social media, these people targeted me like Agent fucking Smith on crack. Okay? I come home, I'm doing fingerprints and everything. But I handled that situation. All that conspired against me in that situation, they had a lot of shit coming to them. That shit, it probably took 6 months to a year. But when I say these motherfuckers sunk like the Titanic, these motherfuckers sunk like the Titanic. They ain't been right since. All that conspired in that, man, now that's braggadocious. That's motherfucking braggadocious. But back to this. So their marketing strategy, when everybody saying, I dreamed about Beyonce last night. I dreamed about Beyonce last night. It's a marketing strategy. Now they bringing the bitch to your dreams before a concert. Now they bringing the bitch to your dream before an album drop. Under heavy MK Ultra and sedation. And the bitch, they still, they somewhere at a radio station or a phone laboratory saying, send out this signal tonight. Send out this signal tonight. They got that much pull that they can advertise to you in your dreams. See, nobody ain't never thought about that, huh? How the fuck these celebrities are able to advertise to you in their dream? How many times you done dreamed about a celebrity so you go look them up on social media? You go do gematria on them. You go to their fan page. You all of a sudden want to click a ticket and go listen to their music live in concert. This shit is real. And when them 3 people came to me all in the same day, it was like a mockingbird effect. I dreamed about Beyonce. I dreamed about Beyonce. One girl said, I never could remember my dream. She said that she could never see her dreams. She never could remember them. But she remembers she dreamed about Beyonce that night. Ain't that about a bit? So what does that mean? That means we've been compromised. We been compromised because celebrities can advertise while you're supposed to be in the dream realm, healing your body, focusing on God, meeting your angels and your oversoul to, you're supposed to be training. You're supposed to be training. You're supposed to be training for life, for spirit, for soul, for source. They got you doing mundane ass shit in your dreams. And then every now and then, I'm sorry, y'all. Every now and then, they have to reboot the system. And it don't jam your frequency. And when it don't jam your frequencies, they have certain agents, whether they be celebrities, some type of military trackers. Their job, let's say for the last 6 months they jammed our frequency. Our dreams don't go no further than the script, the skit, the construct they put us in, right? But every now and then they got to reboot that system, that mega computer or whatever, that frequency. Every now and then they got to update the cell phone towers and shit, and the frequency drop, the frequency that keeps you asleep like a zombie. So when they drop that frequency, your conscious and your oversoul and your spirit is able to go to source. You're able to fly, levitate. You're able to use all your supernatural powers in the dream realm. You're able to go, like one time I went to a kitchen with 3 old women and somebody was talking about there was a spell put on me. It felt just like the Oracle. It felt just like Neo going to meet the Oracle. I walked in the kitchen with 3 old women sitting around at a table, and I sat down at the table and she said, "Baby, I need to tell you something." I don't know if they did that to try to make me believe in the spell or if she was actually giving me a heads up that somebody is doing witchcraft on you. So remember this, if you don't remember nothing else, when they want you to go check on a celebrity, talk about a celebrity, do mockingbird effect, they're using you as free advertisement. I dreamed about so-and-so last night. I dreamed about so-and-so last night. You might be the motherfucker to go buy them tickets. You might be the motherfucker to go buy them albums. You might be the person to go stream their music. But I was just shocked when old girl said, I don't like her because they try to force that shit down your throat. It's so many other artists out there, so many other entertainers out there. And it's like they try to force that shit down your throat. Well, guess what? Now they forcing that shit in your dreams. So when they want to spy on you and see what's happening in the frequency, they send them. So they sedate them and they put them on the MK Ultra. But they still allow them to manage their soul by going to other realms. They don't take that from them until it's time when they're gonna delete their image. Okay. But yeah. That advertisement real. When they want them to spy on you, that's what they do. When they want to see where you at, when they want to see what dimension you on, what realm you on, that's what they do. They send people to come spy on you. But they not even on your level. They beneath you. Because they're looking at you like, how was you able to move with your mind that fast? Like, how were you able to bend the spoon? How were you able to do that? And they kept me in one construct so long. I'm like, damn, you done had me. So this is what they do. They put you in the construct with no restraints. And when they see you able to walk through walls, levitate, and all of that, they bring you back with more restraint. Then you notice you're only able to hop up in the tree, jump up on the top of the building. Then they bring you back again, and you notice you can't even get off the ground. So they literally use you to build their constructs. And I keep saying, y'all not gonna pay me? Y'all not gonna give me no money? Y'all just using me for fucking free? I just helped you fine-tune the attributes and the restraints on your construct. And you ain't gonna drop no bread. You just gonna use me. And I command my motherfucking bread. So when they bring up this Alcatraz shit, and they talk about this, that, and that, I'm like, Alcatraz? What the fuck? Alcatraz? And I look up Alcatraz, it ain't even a functioning prison. It's a fucking museum now. It's still something going on there, though. It's still something going on there. It ain't no different than the blood drop. Do you know Hollywood Hills got a blood drop? They got a statue that's a blood drop. Man, this world is crazy. This world is crazy. I say, damn. Maybe a herb I posted. Maybe the frequency I'm on. They're like, we still ain't broke this bitch. We have not broke her. She ain't seeking our help. She ain't going to no therapist. She ain't going to ask questions while she being bombarded with these thoughts. She ain't going to do nothing. Hell nah, motherfuckers. If I survive the pandemic, I'm going to survive y'all motherfuckers. Do you know the shit? Man, let me tell you how they did us in the pandemic. They put shit in the air. They put shit in the water. They put shit in the food. They turned on that cell phone tower with the frequencies from the nanoparticles and gave you all them symptoms. This how I know it. Remember when I moved to Jacksonville, Florida, there was not a cell phone tower across the street. They built the cell phone tower because I moved there. I kept telling everybody that I talked to, I said, look, tell me why everybody on my street got the pandemic. One lady came outside and said, I see you be out there in that grass with them herbs and stuff. I said, yeah. She was asking me, should she get the Jabberwocky, one of my neighbors. I said, why are you asking me that? She said, because I already done been exposed to it. She was asking me about the immunity. She was out there with a cane and everything, a young lady. She had a cane. And I said, why you got that cane? She said, my balance off. She said, but you know I'm hallucinating. I said, what you mean you're hallucinating? She said, ever since I came down with the pandemic, I've been hallucinating. I've been getting weird thoughts, weird dreams, and dizzy spells. So I walk with this cane. She was like, should I get the Jabberwocky? I said, ma'am, I can't tell you what to do. I said, you see me out here in this grass, getting these herbs and getting my fruit off these trees. That's when my papaya tree was growing. That's when I had other fruit growing. And I noticed something. I mean, everybody on the street was sick. Everybody. Like 2 of my neighbors was coming to the door with masks on. So here I am going to California, Seattle, Washington, Oregon, Utah, New York, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Never got sick. So one weekend, I come home and I couldn't get out of bed. Just all of a sudden, something came over me. So I called my boss and said, put me down for vacation for a week because something wrong. Come to find out, it's a direct frequency to you. So basically, I had to sit still long enough for them to, triangulate me. And when they turned that frequency on, that frequency is to match nobody but you. And I was stuck laying down for a week. Couldn't do nothing. Like bedridden for no reason. Out the blue. Then went all across the country for months. Everybody getting sick. I ain't never had the problem. I stayed at home one too many days, and whatever frequency that was coming from that Ayshieka tree, that Christmas tree, that cloaked 5G tower that does not help your cell phone, it's a weapon. So for them to bring Alcatraz up to me, they mad at me right now. They mad at me. They mad at me. And Alcatraz used to be for some of the most corrupt criminals in the world. And I'm saying, why would you compare me to them? And Spirit just said, you have a galactic side to you that they won't. See, they use us to help imprison the collective. So people who can use their mind to levitate, to fly, to do supernatural things, they want that frequency. They want to piggyback that frequency and find out where the source energy coming from. Why does she have those ancient qualities? Why is she able to do that? So what they want to do is try to lock you up. And then they'll let you know, we're trying to come up with this story to figure out how to get you behind how to get us in our system, how to get you off the street, how to get you behind bars. They trying to lock you up because they want to experiment on you. They want to experiment on your mind. They want to experiment on your frequency. But like I said, if that ever happens, my soul already gone. So when shit like that happen, you know what to do. That's all I can say. You already know what to do. Ain't no trying to figure my mind out. Trying to figure out how to take my DNA and use it for your super soldiers and shit. That's not happening. Like I said, run up. That's all I can say. Run the fuck up. Run up. It's a time and place for every motherfucking thing. Just make sure you have your shit in order. Run the fuck up. Don't let this fat fool you. Do not let this jelly bean fool you, baby. But yeah, just remember, when people start saying, I had a dream about this celebrity, I had a dream about that celebrity, they are advertising to you in your sleep. They won't even let you sleep. Have you noticed you have not been having natural dreams? You have not been having natural dreams. These motherfuckers is trying to. These motherfuckers trying to control you like a fine-tooth comb. Let's say if you're not the type of person to get on social media and you don't watch TV. Now they're going to come to you in dreams and advertise to you. They're going to come to you. Shit. They're going to come to you in your dreams and advertise to you. The next big thing. And how they get that much pull and rank to advertise to you the next big thing. Like, yeah, I think the world should know that now they got it to the point where, okay, I'm going to give you another example. So on Gematria, this was 3 months ago. No more than 6 months ago. I was breaking down my name, and my middle name is Sky. One of my middle names. And it was third in line as the most searched name in Gematria. Number 1 was Beyonce. But this the thing. This is what I need you to realize. At that time, Beyonce only had like 4,000 searches. So what it means is, if you click on that name, it's considered a search. If you search that name, it's considered a search. But that name wasn't always at the top. It just got there, like in the last 2 years. But Sky was always in the top 3, if not the top 1. I don't know how my small name, Sky, is in the same frequency with that name, right? And why was there a dream with me flying on a dragon and Beyonce and Cardi B was behind me on dragons? They couldn't reach me. They couldn't get up to me. Maybe because of their MK Ultra and sedations, they could witness it all, but they're not able to be on my frequency. Okay? It's a difference. They can witness it, but they're not strong enough to be on my frequency. Okay? Because they're being subject and used for multiple things. Well, anyway, when I seen 6 to 4 months ago that I was only, the word sky was only, SKYE was only 3 searches from the top. And her search was only like at 4,000. I come back 4 to 6 months later, her search was at 12,000. And Sky was searched at 10. And they had all these random ass names in between. Like, I would literally have to Google it and say, who is this? Or who is this? Like, where did it come from? So now they know we use the frequency and code of gematria because they're looking at our phone. Like, whatever you're doing, they're able to see it. And they're paying somebody to go do searches. They're paying people to go do searches on gematria to keep specific people on top. So not only do you want to be on top with albums, looks, role model, superstructure, supermodel type shit. You even want to be on top in the spiritual realm too. Like, you can't do both, and you ain't gonna do both. That's why your dragon won't reach me. And I said I would never talk about this dream, but I'm over it now. I'm like, I'm over the threats. I'm over the threats. I'm over the dreams. That shit don't amount to nothing. That shit ain't got shit to do with me. I just know for a fact, y'all so desperate. Y'all using technology to advertise that you still exist because you done played the fuck out. See, when you force feed a motherfucker to hear about you in your dream, in the dream realm, you desperate. You to the point now everybody's saying, I dreamed about you. You desperate. And it ain't even the actual person. This is their management. This is their management. This is the person who see the vision of them receiving more money, more abundance. Imagine that. Imagine that. I had the tools and the way, other than spiritual. I'm not talking about burning a candle and saying everybody shot with reverse sky's essence. No. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about if I had the radio wave frequency that go to your brain and I had the constructs to put you in, and I say, yeah, come shop with Revere Sky's Essence. Buy Revere Sky's Essence new book. It just hit the shelf. And everybody be saying, I dreamed about you. I dreamed about you. I was on the subway with you and you said you was writing a book. I was with you in this country and you said that you was doing this. Or I came to you in my dreams and you helped me. And I kept pushing out this advertisement. And people started seeking me out, looking for me. I know what I'm talking about. Maybe one day you'll catch up. But they done got to the point now they advertise to you in their dreams. Like, you ain't studying when you woke. Man, I'm not about to watch this shit. I ain't studying this shit. I'm not about to look at this shit. I could care less. So then they bring the person to you in your dreams so it seems personal. Like a prophecy. Like, oh, this person not so bad after all. I'm going to listen to their new track that come out this week. Or I'm going to follow their concert. I might go to their concert. Like, you being played. You're being duped. Okay? You're totally being duped. But just know, a lot of people have the opportunity to meet a powerful person, and that is me. Okay? The thing about it is, I'm not worried about this plane of existence no more. These people are trying to use our DNA, our thought patterns, and everything against us. They're trying to use our DNA, our thought patterns, and everything against us. You know how they say they're creating foods that attack our DNA? How you think they was able to do that? They had to study us. They had to study us. So tonight, they was like, bitch, we don't give a fuck if you turned them phones off. We don't give a fuck. That air is really bothering my sinuses. I gotta blow my nose again. It feels like I gotta blow my nose, but when I try to blow my nose, nothing come out. Oh, there it go. Okay. It's still in there. I just gotta get away from the air. The air is making my nose run. Okay. So they're like, we're gonna figure you out. We're gonna figure out, we're gonna study you, and we're gonna figure out how to use that shit against millions and billions of people. But at the same time, they want to see why I'm able to quantum leap with my mind. They still don't understand that. I'm able to do so much quantum leverage and quantum leaping with my mind that it scares them. It scares them. And I told you, I could be huddled up around 5 white guys, and they'll all have the same joke, as if they already know me, as if they already see me in my dreams, as they know what I look like naked. They know everything about me. Yeah. They'll say shit, you be like, now what would make you say that random shit? And then the other person will say something. Then the other person will say something. They can't help but identify themselves. They can't help but identify themselves. They know what they're doing. They'll send a celebrity to you that you can't even resist. Like, you gonna be around them. You're gonna be hanging with them like 2 peas in a pod. And they'll be like, damn, she didn't flip out on you. She didn't trip on you. But it ain't you. It ain't them. It's their image. They're using their image in the construct. That person never knew they was there. Trust me, that celebrity never knew they was there. That would be insane for them to know they were there. Like, bitch, you got too much time on your hand. A motherfucker got too much time on their hand that they knew you were there. Like, imagine you walking down the street and the motherfucker say, damn, you seem so familiar. Have I met you before? Hell no. Like, that would be crazy as hell if they really had that person conscious there. That's sickening. That the celebrity got time to consciously be there. That's sickening. Now, them using their image to come to where you at, that's a different story. But if they're consciously aware that they were there, that's sickening. Just like they had them on the dragon trying to catch up to me. Now, they were consciously aware that they were there. They weren't just using their image. They needed somebody that still had their soul intact and still had their spiritual essence and quality intact to see what I was doing. They used them to spy on me. Remember, I told you, when the towers are down, when they're not jamming your frequency, and the towers are down, they send somebody to come spy and see where you at. Sometimes they can't reach you, like the time I seen flying whales. Do you know what ethereal level I was on to see flying whales? The whales were swimming in the air. They couldn't even reach that fucking level. They are a little more dense than that. Because slowly they get depleted of their essence. They're being used. So they probably could get in the realm, but they can't keep up with you. But when I saw them flying whales and I was levitating, and the water was like air, like a ether. Oh no, when they're a celebrity, they're spying on me. But this the thing, this what they do. When you come back to your awake body and you think about the dream, they're able to take note of it with AI. They're able to resolute on a screen in a lab what you saw, what you visioned. Yeah, they'll use AI to generate what you saw, what you visioned. They'll use computer sequences to pinpoint what you saw, what you visioned, what parallel it was on, what frequency it was on. So when they drop the frequency, see, they jamming our frequency. It ain't no different than they live. They're jamming our frequency. And they started this with the radio waves years ago, about 60, 70, 80 years ago. They put us in a sleep-like effect. And sometimes they gotta upload and download new programs to that tower. Or they have to reboot it. Because they did like a update. And the frequency is down. And they want to see where you at. They want to see how strong you are neurologically to go to these places. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there. Just know, if you dream of a celebrity, they're advertising to you in the dream realm now. They can't get to you in the wake life because you ain't studying their ass, so now they advertise to you in the dream realm. I knew something was wrong when they did that Mockingbird effect. When they kept saying, I dreamed about so-and-so. I dreamed about so-and-so. I said, 3 people told me that in one day. That's odd. She must got a new tour or something about to happen. Why would all these people be having a dream about that person? So yeah, now they advertise to you in the dream realm. And when they can't break you, then they want to figure out, when the Psyops team can't break you, now they want to figure out how to get you omitted to a hospital, get you locked up in prison or jail. They want your DNA. They want your DNA. They want to see how you're evolving from all the frequency wars, from all the pollutants, all the poisons, all the toxins. They want to see how your brain is developing. They want to see how your blood is developing. They want to see so much about you. They really trying to figure out how the hell you still functioning. Especially if your DNA has been under attack. If they've been, like that one girl solid as an ox. She a super soldier. They've been zapping her for a long time. I call her Zaps. And her muscles are so strong. Like, how are you gaining all this muscle sitting in a truck? So they're sending a frequency to her muscles that build her muscles. So they sending these shocks to her arms, muscles, and stuff. But she can't drink, though. She lose circulation in her legs when she drink. Yeah, it's fucked up. So even though they built up her muscles, she still She can't drink. She can't walk. Yeah. Somehow it take the oxygen out of her body and she can't walk. Well, I'm going to leave it there. If you would like a full reading, by all means, check out the link in the description. If you've been having people trying to, not people, but the technology trying to bring, it could have been you doing something stupid when you was young, like doing some stupid, setting the house on fire or some weird shit. But they keep sending that shit back to you. Like they won't let it down. They make you relive it. They make you rehash it over and over and over. Listen, you're not alone. Okay? You're not alone. They do it to a lot of people. And when they want to put a celebrity in check, they do it to them too. You don't think they play shit in their head like, bitch, I dare you to say something else on social media about this or that. Yeah. Yeah, they start playing. They probably start playing like, yeah, I remember when you drugged that bitch. I remember when you robbed that nigga. Yeah. They start doing shit like that. They start fucking with them. They start fucking with their deepest, darkest regrets, their deepest, darkest secrets. They start fucking with them. So know you're very powerful. That's why they fucking with you. So there we have it. Unearth the magic. The truth will definitely set you free. I am definitely doing the raffle. Okay? If you don't want to be a part of the raffle, do it for somebody else. Do it for somebody else. Spread the word like wildfire. And allow people to do the raffle. Okay? Because I know it's somebody who want to live down there in Florida, less than 5 miles away from the Jaguar Stadium. So there we have it. Unearth the magic. Truth will definitely set you free. Mwah.